Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. I'm your host, Michael Tabor. So happy holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas. It's December 26th, the day after, and boy, we had an amazing Christmas. Very quiet, though. It was just me, my wife, and our cats, and that's the way I like it. Okay. So anyway, as I said in my video I did last week, I am now a subscriber to the Sam Harris podcast. I sent him an email. A month ago, I was pissed off that Sam started charging. I think it's like $6 or $7 a month, and I'm like, come on, man. There's so much information now on the internet. I listened to 5 other podcasts. They don't charge. You're the only one. And like, listen, this is 2019. You could get anything you want on the internet for free. All right, I'm not going to get into whether or not that's a good or bad thing, blah, 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 blah. But the thing is, like, Sam, $6, $7 a month, really? But anyway, so I love Sam. I sent him an email, and I guess his assistant or his staff or whatever read it, or maybe it was just a bot, and now I get a free year, okay? So I have Ask Me Anything. I have his Waking Up application, and I am loving it. And I was like, wow. Now I think, like, how could I live without Sam Harris? He's so amazing. So I remember years ago what Sam would say, for subscribers, you'll get special content, like Ask Me Anything. I will answer questions, and I like, that sounds kind of like fucking arrogant, like, if you pay, you send me a question, and I'm like, it sounds like I'm a god, and I will answer the questions. Ask Sam here anything, like, ask God. I was kind of off-putting, but you know what? This is freaking awesome, man. You talk about a fanboy. Like, I have so many people that I admire and I respect, but I'm not really a guy. I love Joe Rogan, but I'm not like, he's a guy, and I love him, and he's interesting, and I have so many books, Houston Smith, on and on and on. I like Douglas Hofstadter. Like, I have hundreds of idols, but they're people. I don't really like, but Sam is something special. I can listen to this guy all day, and I love everything about him. I love the way he looks, the way he responds. He's so freaking logical, like Spock, right? Spock-like, and he's funny too. So here's a little episode, Ask Sam episode. There's a question: do you like Star Wars or Star Trek better? And he has a response. By the way, I'm a huge Star Trek fan. I'm not a fan of Star Wars. But here's what Sam says. Ready? A little piece here.
Though we might be in a simulation, STDs are still real.
Ask Sam anything.
Star Wars or Star Trek? God, my answer is going to disappoint everyone here. This is just calculated to. There's no upside in this. So I was never a Star Trek person. I never really watched it. So I guess I was always a Star Wars person. But
Let me pause
I've
this for a
gone back
second.
and watched the Star Wars movies.
Oops, he's going to say. So with me, I was never really a Trekkie. I am now, hugely. Like, since my NDE 2014, I started getting into sort of the simulation stuff, especially back 1966. Go back. Holy shit, they were discussing all this stuff. Simulation stuff. I mean, the concepts and the writing is first rate, and I even like the cheesy sets. I like that. And I'm Next Generation. I'm a huge Star Trek fan now. I love it. And I just Googled this, I think, a couple of weeks ago. There were 760 episodes. Can you imagine that? The first season with William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy, the whole thing, they only did 3 seasons, and I think about 60 episodes. And all this Next Generation, and and how many different series did they have, and movies? I think there are like a dozen movies. So there's no shortage of Star Trek, and they're all good. Not all, there's some shitty ones, but okay, let me just continue. So Sam is saying, like, I never really was a Trekkie, and I never watched Star Wars, but I watched them recently, and he goes, they suck. I feel the same way. I'm not a Star Wars guy, but here you go. Listen what Sam says. I fucking love Sam. Ready? Here we go. Hey, what's going on? I gotta rewind. That's what. Ready?
Though we might be in a simulation, STDs are still real. Star Wars or Star Trek? God, my answer is going to disappoint everyone here. This is just calculated to. There's no upside in this. So I was never a Star Trek person. I never really watched it. So I guess I was always a Star Wars person. But I've gone back and watched the Star Wars movies, and I'm here to tell you that they're terrible. They just suck. The acting is appalling. Right? None of them knew how to act. What's amazing is that even my daughter, who's now turning 11, could see all that was wrong with these movies. I was expecting her to be blown away, as I was at her age, by these movies. The special effects were not up to the level that she, is now accustomed to, and it just went over like a lead balloon. So I'm just, here's a message from the future, right? Your attachment to Star Wars is not going to age well. What are some life lessons you've learned from practicing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Well, there are so many there to learn. Honestly, not enough. If you can keep the jiu-jitsu mindset more and more in life, it's essentially stoicism, right? It's essentially being comfortable in uncomfortable situations.
Yep, very good.
And recognizing that there's, very often something intelligent to do, if you don't panic. It's kind of having a non-reactive mind, right? We're so fast to react. We're so fast to form an opinion. We're so fast to defend a point of view. At some level, like a cognitive version of it is often just to notice that you actually don't know something, or you don't have an opinion. You don't have a formed opinion on a topic. You don't have to be.
He's just so good. He, like I said, I could listen to him all day, and if he was, I'm not the type of person to follow like a guru, or maybe I am a little bit, but he would, like, if he wanted to start a cult, I would, no, it's not say something silly, like worship him like a David Koresh or whatever, some other one of these weirdos. No, he does a lot of, he's done a lot of podcasts on these cults too. Colin Wilson, by the way, has written many books on these cult leaders like Koresh and Jim Jones. I'm being a little silly about following, but he is special, and he helped me out so much when I was going through a really hard time. Like if you watch some of my videos, in 2014, I had an accident, fell from an embankment. I died in the hospital. I had an NDE. I'm not going to talk about this now. If you're interested, go to my videos. But what got me through was reading Sam Harris's book, Waking Up, listening to his podcast, listening to his lectures when he was debating these theologians, Christian apologists, and I was just blown away. I was struggling with this, with simulation and religion, and did I go to hell? And I I saw Sam Harris, his debates. I was like, wow. He's very special. Okay, I'm a little over 8 minutes. I'm a big fanboy, Sam Harris. Love him. Happy holidays, everyone. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding here on Tabor Talk. Get Sam Harris. It's so fucking worth it. He simply is the best.